just like to say that, we are on here to witness a little 1.5 hour session with Mr. Vivek Shukla, who has done a lot of research and has come up with a lot of suggestions and benefits to all of us. I've been highly inspired and attracted by what he has to offer to all of us as principals, as parents, as students, because he's not only taking his parenting coach, he's a teacher's coach, he's a training coach for all the school principals as well. The way he's going and the way he's done the research from not only from Indian context and the international context also, he's taken a lot of things into it. And I'm sure if we listen to him today for this 1 hour, we will definitely be benefited, all of us. And I'm sure at DPSG group of schools, we are going to involve him into as a parenting coach, where parents need to be changed. The mindset of the parents have to change first of all. Whatever you do, if the parents don't have the mindset change, then nothing will change altogether. The best thing in the school system is the most important stakeholder, that is the parent, has to be brought on the same page with all of us. And for that, Mr. Vivek has a very good prepositions. He has a wonderful program. He's going to talk. I really don't know what all will be explored today. So without being a hindrance between you and Mr. Vivek, I'll just say a few words from the President Sahodia Jammu, and then we start with it with this permission. Over to you, Rajesh sir.
Thank you very much, Vish sir. And once again, I extend a very warm welcome to everyone who are here with us right now, who have joined this session. And Vivek ji impressed me a lot when he visited Jammu last time. And he shared, this in detail about his plan, which is really, this very eye-opening kind. And still a couple of, the data shared, by him that day. And that really, they are very handy to me. Because now I was in class 12th, I think, commerce, and suddenly I made the statement, the children, what an irony that, still we are trying to be $5 trillion economy by 2025, but Japan, such a small country, which got completely pulverized after the dropping of the bombs on 6th and 9th of August, and see that, this condition, it is $5.25 trillion economy. So, of course, and more than $15 trillion economy of US and China also, like 7 point something, if I can recall correctly. So that was really, some of the wonderful inputs that day. In what ways, schools have to create leaders? Because we all are heading schools which are grooming future leaders. It's not like kind of wild growth as we see these days during monsoon. Wherever we cast a glance, we see wild growth. No, we are a nursery. We are a nursery where every sapling is given that nurture and care and how to give. Unless we, the leadership, is completely enlightened, we know a good deal about everything. We know how to take India to that great heights. So, friends, I think this Vivek ji will be of great help to us because his, this meticulous, I'll say, research work. So that's really amazing. The way he has collected, information and processed and formatted that in wonderful ways, and also that's really impressive. Again, as Visser said, I would also not like to take much time myself. I'll simply just hand over, this to stage, to him, so that he should go ahead and share about which great things are there, in his store, and he's ready to share with all the principals, all the schools, and all the students, teachers, and parents of our country. Over to you, Vivek ji. All the very best, and we extend a very warm welcome once again to you and everyone present here. Thank you very much.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. It's been great. Honored I am the way the positive, the kind words are showered on me. Let me tell you that it's not easy. Any struggle, any start like this is not easy. So it gives a lot of motivation. Let me tell you, every single word which is being poured on me, it gives a lot of motivation. And it's been a great journey of last 2.5+ years. When I left my corporate journey and thought, no, that time will leave, and I must, if in case I think that I should do something in the field of education, I must quit and have to go 24/7 to this. You can say the initiative or maybe the purpose, and that's how I am here. And it's been a fantastic journey. Wherever I have been able to go and present my ideas, let me tell you, whether it is Ministry of Education, CBSC, UGC, IIT, or maybe the vice chancellors of some universities, the school leaders, the great school leaders like you. Why? Because this is the place I feel and find that the entire transformation is going to rightfully happen. So, with this, I would like to, without wasting time, I would like to start that presentation. And I'm grateful to all the participants, the school leaders who are here. I'm really grateful to Trilokji, Rajeshji for their kind words. I'm really grateful to Amarnathji, who literally did the ice breaking in the morning, showing the showers out there in Dehradun. So it's been really fantastic. And with this, I'm going to present my entire screen to you. The initiative of ActuatorVivek, I had to think of that, okay, where all it is going to rest. So I found these three words, making it 100% in terms of any success: think, design, execute. Thinking is something without which we can't do much, and I hope this is how we are different from animals. Even a lion or any other animal who thinks of protecting himself, itself, and or otherwise, as a shikari, it has to go and have its shikar. So my point is that they do that thinking, they design it and execute it. We human are different in that perspective, and I hope that's how we are here to take our thinking forward. That's how the next 60 to 90 minutes are going to be dedicated to it. Any of these three pillars, if in case are left loose, let me tell you the kind of vision I am talking about, that is going to unlock India's gateway to world leadership. It is not going to happen. So all these three pillars of thinking, planning alongside it, that is design, and finally executing, which is the hardest of all. Let me tell you, this is how we are going to achieve this vision, ultimate vision. So with this, I wish to make a statement, and I hope a few of you know it. And it is that the next Indian battle for world leadership or Vishwaguru will have to be fought by our teachers, parents, and youth. I'm going to take you through a big vision and an equally robust action plan, and would request you to, you can say, buckle up your seat belts. Why? Because it is going to be a bit jerky journey when it comes to thinking. So with this ultimate vision of making India the world leader, the entire presentation is broken into three parts. Part one takes you through that where as country we stand today, what journey we have to travel in order to achieve this ultimate vision. The part two talks about the mission, which will have to take a shift, or maybe will have to renew it, reinstate it, and then the kind of solutions which are there. I'm also going to do a very quick activity, and I dropped a message just 10-15 minutes back. If in case you can arrange a balloon with yourself, it would be great. Otherwise, then certainly I have a balloon. We'll try and do a quick activity. So I'm taking you through the first part to examine certain critical national and international indicators. And the first one is that as on time, Indian realization of art, science, and commerce. This is the 2020 data from United Nations. And India stands sixth with $2.62 trillion of economy. Anytime we may get an announcement that we are the fifth economy, surpassing United Kingdom, a little bit of effort certainly will be able to surpass Germany as well. But as Rajesh ji hinted it out, Japan stands at 5.06, And India is targeting, the Prime Minister of India, Honorable Prime Minister of India has announced that by 2025, we look forward to be a 5 trillion economy. But let me tell you that it is going to be a difficult story, taking you through in the coming slides. But looking forward to China, it stands second with $14.72 trillion, 3 times of what we are targeting right now, whereby United States of America stands at 21 trillion at first position. Let me tell you, these numbers are very big, very big. Why? Because let me take you through this, that the entire economy of any country depends upon their industries, industrial revolutions, and inventions. And you see the difference. I told you that why the previous numbers I shared in terms of economy are going to be really big. It is something we cannot celebrate so heavily that we are the 6th economy or we may become the 5th economy soon. But then the story going forward is going to be very big, because you see Apple stands at 2.02 trillion alone. Indian economy is 2.62 trillion. You add Apple with the 10th, that is Samsung, with 0.48, you will reach out to the economy of India. So Apple plus Samsung is equal to the Indian economy. And there are so many companies otherwise. So the number, which may seem so small, like we are talking 2 and then 21 of US, but then the story within that is going to be really, really jerky, really, really difficult. So we have to somewhere attain a direction for this. Why I am saying so? Why? Because in the previous slide, whatever industries we talked about, they represented inventions. And when we look at invention, we need to look at WIPO indicators, World Intellectual Property Organization, which is the caretaker of the patents across the world. 2020 report says India had 14,382 patents in force in hand in 2020. When we look forward to the serious competition starting, we find Republic of Korea with 8.33 lakh. Alone Republic of Korea, it stands 58 times ahead. So listen to it carefully. If in case I am a student in a school and let's say in 10th, 11th, I am attaining 50% marks, and another colleague or the classmate of mine is achieving 100%. What I would say is that 150, there is no comparison. Let me not waste my time. You can say being jealous or being somewhere stressed. Let him be there at 100. I am fine with my 50%. I may increase to 60, 70, 80 or whatsoever, but then the difficulty is going to be there when I am going to compete with someone who is attaining 100%. You see, if in case we are getting, in case of Republic of Korea, we are getting 1.7 numbers out of 100, and Republic of Korea is at 100. Will there be any competition? So that's the level of competition. If in case we look forward to US and Japan, they are at 16 million patents, and China leading the entire world with 22 million. Now 22 million to 14,000 is 158 times. That means I am getting 0.6 marks, while China is at 100. How to compete for that? That's how China is looking eye on eye with US, saying that, okay, you might stand at 21 trillion, but with these patents, I am going to crack you up. And literally it is going to happen in maybe 5 to 10 years. It's not going to be that long. And let's see how, if in case we are moving forward. Why? Because technology is going to be at the center of any country and any economy. And this is how I'm making a statement that we need to make India a world patent hub with ultimate focus on its commercial viability. Commercial viability is a bit tricky term, and it's applicable to the higher education, especially the IITs, NITs, and those who are in the engineering, science, technology line. But still, as school leaders, we need to understand the meaning of this. Once we literally focus rightfully on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, we look forward to that. Okay, the current situation of economy of 2.6 trillion may get direction to beat what US stands today with 21 trillion economy. So This was the first part. The next important indicator, which talks about the higher education. So I talked about something which is beyond the education life cycle. Now I am entering into the higher education. QS is one of the most renowned #1 ranking system as on in the world. Their CEO met the Prime Minister, and that's how we are looking at more universities now participating in it, particularly the government universities. But how it looks like, the 2023, that is the latest released report of QS says that talks about these world top 10s. I have added country, city, and the year of their establishment in addition to this. Now, if in case we look at the country, city, and the year of establishment, we find University of Oxford, which is in its 10th century, that is 1,000 years of operation, and it still secures 4th position worldwide. University of Cambridge is in 8th century of operations with 2nd position. University of, that is Harvard University, is in its 5th century of operation, holding 5th position. Top 5 universities in top 10 belongs to US. Then top 4 out of top 10 belongs to UK. One from Switzerland is also there. This is the top 10 story. When we look at China, which we find as one of the core competitors in addition to US or UK, we find their top leading university, Peking University, holds 12th rank, means they are just about to enter the top 10. And let me tell you, Peking was holding 17th position last year. Now their additional 5 universities are in top 50. 14, 12th rank, 14, 34, 42, 46. When we look at the Indian representation, we find we have IISc Bangalore, which is at 155th position, IIT Bombay at 172, IIT Delhi at 174, and then all other IITs only holding till 396th position. Let me applaud for IIT Indore, which was established in the year 2019, and just in last 13 years, they are able to secure a rank of 396. I am very passionate, very positive that with last 60 years, IITs has literally made considerable difference, and they are going to lead the world one day. But let me tell you, we need to support in transforming higher education. So school education has got a lot to do in this transformation. Another quick input from WEFI 2019, which is World Educating for the Future Index, we stand 35. I'm not going very deep into it. Another input, Junior World Skill Championship, which started off in 2021 by CBSE. It reads out, students from CBSE schools studying in standards 6 to 12 will be eligible to participate in junior skills. Let me tell you, as on year also, 98-99% of the principals would not be knowing what Junior World Skill Championship is all about. And CBSE did not take it on their website this year as well. Last year, they had it on their main banner. It was sliding up and down for around 2 months. I kept looking at it. I asked so many schools, so many principals, but none of them were knowing. Why? Because that's not the focus. But I'm very keenly telling that this is the future. Pick it up, absorb it up, start working towards it. And from class 9 to 12 students, they are asking about, you can say, working on special programs, programming languages, tagging to create web pages when it comes to web technologies. They are asking students to have competency on developing, testing software systems and solutions, undertaking integration of several systems and software, performing cost-benefit analysis when it comes to IT software solutions for business. Graphic design, you will find the students to have competency over, you can say, some of the tools which we never think of, like Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, designing art, typography, typesetting and all, Paintbrush, Illustrator, Photoshop, Corel Draw, painting, decorating, which is there from class 6 onwards only. Another 5 competitions: mobile robotics, fashion technology, solar energy, innovative business idea, digital photography. Let me tell you that this is the future, and we have to seriously take up all these areas. Finally, the foundation of transforming India towards world leadership requires transforming higher education, that is university education, which will realize its true potential only through transforming school education. And for this, I see two pathways. One, making correction and competing in the existing arrangement, what in any case all of you are already doing and doing fantastically. But I see the another path, which is about transforming to exemplify the competition and also the future. So I primarily believe on the second part, to transform, to exemplify, and I would like to take you through this quick picture. This picture speaks volume. And what it primarily speaks, what I look at precisely from this picture, is that we are talking about ocean. Ocean is big, full of opportunities, but as is equally harsh. It is really difficult to survive in the ocean, and this gentleman is surfing on it. The kind of precision, the kind of training which might have gone in reaching to this level is what we need to do with our children, so that they literally perform out of the box in the real world when it comes to patents, economy, art, wherever, research, whatever do they. So training to perform in any profession, whether it is hiring, startup, entrepreneurship, art, government, research, sports, social, or anything and everything. And what is going to be the mission? So the second part now I am talking about, and the mission is to be competency-based education, which should be the bullseye target of Indian education system, till we achieve world leadership. Now, how competency is going to solve this problem? I am proud to tell you that for last 2+ years, I am doing these competency-based programs in several schools. This is BGS International Public School, Dwarka, Disha Delphi Public School, Kota. It is owned by Ellen. It has 3,800 students as of now. Helcon Public School, you would be knowing Ashok ji, Sanjay ji, Deepak Raj ji, all sitting in this presentation. St. Xavier's School, one of the very famed school of Jaipur, Rajasthan. We have New Rainbow Public School in Ghaziabad, then Sri Venkateshwara, based out of Dwarka Sector 18, and Bagrodia Public School, Dwarka. At university level, this is one of the very famed university in Karnataka, ACU. Honorable Vice Chancellor and the deans were present in this picture, in this presentation. Kurukshetra University, CBSE school principals, Rajasthan, Alwar, and all. How to unravel and unleash the true powers of competency-based education is what I am going to talk in the third part. And I talked to you about Think, Design, Execute, unlocking India's gateway to world leadership. The kind of programs I have designed, ingeniously designed, deeply researched, is one, in any case, I'm engaging with the leadership, the school leaders here. And then I have programs for teachers, I have programs for parents, and I have programs for students. For teachers, the program we call out is the Advanced Competency-Based Train the Trainer programs, reimagining education. It's also about transforming pedagogy. We straightway hammer out there. And we want to make this statement that the next Indian battle for world leadership, Vishwaguru, will have to be led by, not only fought by teachers, but will have to be led by teachers. Teachers will have to lead this. Now, the most important stakeholder of our children, the parents, for which I bring in visionary and strategic parenting mantras, you can say, workshop. So it is going to be a 6-hour program, which I think that, okay, it should be broken up into 3 days, 2 hours daily, so that parents get time to evaluate, discuss within the husband and the wife, the couple, and they come back on the other day. We re-enter into the discussion. Then they are left again, evaluate, analyze, discuss, come back on third day with their questions, and finally wrap up, or the 6th hour wraps up on the third day. So it covers up all the common parenting issues, the standard parenting issues, then the COVID created parenting issues like the screen time, which has erupted as one of the biggest challenge and is still a big time challenge. Let me tell you how to give a constructive and visionary direction to the screen time, or maybe the kind of time they invest on computers, laptop, mobile, is what there are crazy ideas. very futuristic and visionary ideas about it. We do this for the stage 2. And then we find there are parents whose children are doing very good in school. They are doing good in Olympiads, exams, or maybe sports, music, otherwise. But then there are some very, very important visionary and strategic mantras which are important. For this, we have this particular workshop to help them realize true, unique, and best potential of their child through year-on-year strategy across age to 1 to 18. Finally, the core of our action point, the students for which all this activity is happening. Actually, when I started off in 2019, the very first program I created was for the students. When I took it to the school leaders, he told that, okay, this is a fantastic program, but then we want you to create a program for teachers so that they become a owner and the co-drivers with the students. And that's how in last year, July, this parenting program came into existence. We call our students program as the Lead the Future induction program. And we very confidently say that it is India's first of its kind. Why? Because we do not follow the existing process. Wherever you go about talking career from class 9 to 12, they say that, okay, we'll do a psychometric evaluation, then we provide one-on-one counseling. We do not enter into that. Rather, we firstly engage into deep discussion with our participants, help them understand the real life perspectives and expectations of varied career possibilities with utmost clarity, let them reflect realistically on their strengths and weaknesses with reference to innumerable factors and the factors which pertains to real world. Let me tell you, the way we are teaching them is just 5% exposure of how the real world is. The picture speaks volume when I showcase that ocean and the surfer's picture. Actually, the real world is going to be very difficult, and the preparation needs to be even sharpened when it comes to school education system. So we take them through all these innumerable, the difficult factors out there from the real world, and then finally assist them in choosing rightful career goals along with identifying the areas of improvement and skilling. And this is a program which extends to 25 hours for class 9 to 12 students, and we stretch it to 5 days. I'm going to end up with this statement of Swami Vivekananda, which I take up with in every single you can say presentation of mine. And the line states that each work has to pass through these stages: the stage of ridicule, then the stage of opposition, finally the acceptance. Those who think ahead of their time are sure to be misunderstood.